My name is Joseph Umali and I'm currently a senior. Today we interviewed Shawn Patel, a graduate from AOHSD Oxford Academy. He's become a great engineer in the health industry and he's invented some really great inventions for the health industry, things that like recognize skin cancer or mitigate the effects of air pollution. He has been an app developer ever since he was young, and he's used those skills to become a great unstoppable force at Oxford's HOSA Club, where he's entered in and participated in many health and engineering events and competitions. He's been recognized by the Apple Worldwide Developers Challenge, Congressional App Challenge, and his work has just really proven how anyone, if they use their opportunities around them, can get to where they are today.
I really like seeing problems that are around me, especially those that affect me or my family or my friends, and just trying to create solutions. As a child, I would always be with my parents. My parents are both engineers. They would always fix things around the house, just fix things in general. I think that was really inspiring to see. And also, I just have a joy applying that to technology, and especially healthcare with technology. I became a developer when I was 13. That's sort of my intro to building apps, which has primarily been where I spend most of my engineering focus. And so through building those apps, it sort of pushed me to where I am today. I think the pathways were definitely the most influential classes I had. Bringing in ROP was, I think, a great idea by the district. And I think that definitely expanded my horizon for what is possible in the fields that I mentioned. I probably would not have been into healthcare if I didn't experience that, because I think I would have gone to more traditional, just straight up like computer science or engineering. And then I might have found that in college, but I think it was really cool to see that in high school, because when I got to college, I already kind of knew what I was looking for, what opportunities I should look for, and sort of where I want to like push my trajectory. When I was in ninth grade, I joined the biomedical pathway, and I was in the computer science pathway as well. And with that, one of my teachers, Mr. Cuenca, who was in charge of the biomedical pathway, introduced me to HOSA. And HOSA is a club where one of the competitions is called Medical Innovations. And so the club in general is for promoting healthcare with students. It's a CTSO, or Career Technical Student Organization. And with the Medical Innovations event, the whole idea behind that was to build a product that solves a medical problem. And with that, I participated in that for 4 years. And every year we built something new. And so just participating with my team in that was sort of invigorated me and showed me just the great applications that CS and electrical engineering have in that field. But in high school, I was like definitely focused on like winning things, and so in high school, I was like pretty paranoid to make sure I try my best and sort of push the team to do as best as possible. But now I'd say more than winning or just like getting some reward like that from building things, I enjoy seeing the products that are built and seeing what they can do. And so I'm looking forward to sort of now and sort of trying to build something that is available in the consumer market. And I think that would be the most fulfilling. But thus far, I think just being able to build a prototype and learning a lot and seeing the results it can do is super amazing. And then the next step in that is sort of bring that out so more people can use it. And I think that's more rewarding than any sort of like achievement or like award you can get from making something. So Novid is a contact tracing company, a digital contact tracing company that started at actually Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh. And so I contacted the professor, Po Shen Lo, who's a mathematician and network theorist that is a professor at Carnegie Mellon. And they started in April of last year, but I joined them in August. And the idea behind that is that we want to sort of figure out how we're able to contact trace people in the most effective manner. And so the idea behind this is that we track connections. So we use your phone's Bluetooth. We also use your microphone and audio to emit sound waves. And so we use ultrasound to detect people around you. And we also use Wi-Fi, so we're able to detect other users on your Wi-Fi network. And with that, we're able to get connections. And not just connections as in first-degree connections, as in I'm right here and you're right there, but also peripheral connections all the way up to 10 degrees. If anyone uses LinkedIn or Facebook, you have mutual friends, which is like the second degree, but we go up to 10 degrees. And so that gives you an indication of a wave of COVID, or now we're focusing on more diseases or expanding to more diseases. So we can see a wave of infection as it approaches you, and so you're able to sort of mitigate that and take as many precautionary measures as possible when that wave approaches you. I think the primary obstacle was that, especially when looking at healthcare and technology, is that my background is more in sort of the computer science engineering side of it. And so overcoming the obstacle of sort of like not knowing exactly what my target demographic is or what are these biological problems that I'm solving, I think it's definitely useful to always have a team around you. As I said, all these products I made have been with a team. And so I think just making sure you have the people around you that can help you with anything, and not just like knowing more information, but like supporting you, I think is super important, and sort of it helps like break down those obstacles. You never know enough, especially in engineering. There's always something new to learn. Every day new technologies are announced. And so just being on top of that, you're always in school essentially when you're in like an engineering discipline or any discipline, as a matter of fact. And so just being on top of that, making sure that you don't think you know everything, and always learning is sort of the best thing that I keep to and to move forward. Don't stay on like a traditional path, I say. Like, don't wait for opportunities to sort of appear and be presented to yourself. Always look for things, always learn, like I mentioned. Google and YouTube were my best friends figuratively in high school. And so I think that using those tools and just sort of taking advantage of the resources that you can find on your own is super meaningful, because especially in college and beyond college, you're going to be teaching yourself. Like, you're always learning. If you want to go in this field, as I mentioned. And so just being able to master the art of teaching yourself and learning, I think is super useful, especially when you're sort of in like the younger stages of middle school or high school.
I really liked how Shawn was super humble and he wasn't so focused on like his accomplishments and his wins, like the resume fillers. He was just more focused on building solutions to problems and fixing those problems.
Considering all his accomplishments, it was just really cool how he emphasized how all these resources are available online, and that you should take initiative to find them, because like it's kind of crazy how far just some independent searching and research and practice can get you.
I also really like what he said about when he applied to college and how he focused like on like around the area he wanted to go, and like that they have like what he wants to focus on in school. So I thought that was good advice for like people in the college.
He'd rather take the time out of his day to make everyone's life better, and that's what I really like about it.
I liked how he thought of himself. He emphasized that he thought of himself as more of a builder than an engineer, and I just really liked that he thought that way about himself.
I really liked how he said in high school he focused a lot about winning or losing in competitions, and now he focuses more with just learning and benefiting from what he learned, and that's something I'd like to work on too.